So very nice to meet you today. My name is Kill. I'm an English-speaking guy in My for 16 years. Now I'd like to take you to the residential village. First of all, and later on, we walk to the museum where you could see on the photo taken during the massacre. Consider the evidence. Follow me, please.
Kiều nói to lên một tí em nhé.
Dạ.
I don't think they understand. They just can't consider it. I'm scared about the look. Yeah. They've got no idea how to we're behind America, but I think they're a long way behind them. As far as machines and everything. Right.
Some of them.
England.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, before coming to My Lai Museum, I think you may have heard about My Lai massacre. Is it right?
Yeah.
My Lai massacre had been very well known. So the place where we are standing together here today was ever an agricultural village in Oden. My people living around here mostly were farmers. Their lives were very quiet, very peaceful. However, on the day 16 March 1968, the survivors still remember it was a harvest day in harvest season. So they got up early to prepare for their normal working day. And before going to rice field, they had breakfast in jar. And they were enjoying while feeling in its family without knowing that it was last day for everyone here. Suddenly, at 5:30 in the morning, the quiet moment here were no longer. It had been broken by series of artillery attacks. Nobody in my village knew what was happening. It quickly hit in their shelters. 30 minutes later, artillery stopped, and now U.S. Army helicopter carrying more than 100 soldiers, U.S. Army soldiers, landing on a rice field in that side, west side, about 500 meters from here. After landing there, the soldier quickly got into two villages, My Lai 4 and My Lai 2. wherever they went, they only shot, they only burn and kill everybody inside. Even though facing to them were the fleeing children, were women, even women with pregnant or elderly people. Only for hours, the soldier had killed 504 people. So more than 500 innocent people died in this massacre. They died for no reason. And the soldier did not only kill civilians, but also burned their houses down. Their houses at that time looked like that. It's very easy to get burning, killing thousands of their livestock and animals. Those who experiencing massacre, surviving from massacre, imagine that there were nothing seemed to be left here. And until 5-6 p.m. on the same day, there were only 8 survivors. The 8 survivors still alive until that moment came to the death, covering up, lying on the body in pile of dead bodies. Afraid to be killed in next morning, they tried to flee. 6 days, 7 days after, they dared to be back their former village to look for bodies for buried. Very upset in recognizing who were who in pile of dead bodies. As their faces had been burned with rice, with thatched roof, or with neck gasoline, you know. So the survivor decided to bury them mostly in mass grave. In order to bury them in mass grave, they moved them to rice field, to big rice field where they could dig, many big holes for burial, but not enough. So the red body had been moved to bomb crater, yeah. So not a field, 10 of bodies had been burnt down together. And so far, My Lai massacre had passed 48 years. So long for a life of a person. So for the survivor, all of them are not still alive until now. They had died for the OA, for the disease, and only 5 of the survivors are still living here now. Even though the survivors are not still alive, mass grave still remaining originally in My Lai village. It reminds everyone about horrible massacre that no one could forget it. And the day 16 March coming to My Lai becomes anniversary. And after massacre, in 1976, after liberation year of the whole country, 75, so my government had chosen a residential area in the My Lai village to be My Lai Memorial Site. So today, looking around here with me, you would find 19 former foundations. One foundation were one family. And the second foundation, the second family. Many or little, there had been someone died in each family by soldier. So merely a former foundation, a noted board lying nearby, mentioning their full names, their age also. So how many ordinary numbers? How many victims in each family? You understand? Right now, let I take you look one by one. Photo allowed. You and me are standing in front of the former foundation belonging to Victor Đỗ Phi family. Victor Phi had lost 5 relatives. The first lady, 57, his wife. The second lady, 23, his daughter-in-law. And the next one, 941, his grandson and granddaughters. So 3 generation family. All of them had been killed inside a shelter nearby. A family living here having a shelter for hiding in case of bombing or artillery, being shot by soldiers from long distance, And in massacre, they did hide there, and the soldier had killed them with hand grenades. would hanging, so no one of them survived. And this shelter was not original. It had been restored on original position. And in old days, in fact, it had been made from bamboo tree, and like capital letter A. Yeah. And we want to keep it longer in the flood season. We restore with cement. And 1 year after massacre, it was 69. When this massacre was not broken yet, U.S. government wanted to cover up massacre here. They sent a platoon back Milai, bombing with bomb and sweeping the whole village with tank. So after their second withdrawing, in this era in particularly, there had been 2 trees alive only. This tree, one of the 2 trees. You understand? Yeah. And the second tree was series of bullet hole on its body. I'll show you later. And the other tree we look around, we could see now planted later. Only 6 tree and 1 more coconut tree left. And in order to look more, we get that way. It's the raining. If you have umbrella or rain car, we could use.
Pardon?
Where's this hook?
Just a minute.
Typical house that you are going to look inside belonging to the Key family. Mr. Key lost 5 relatives, his wife and 4 children. Yeah. And this massacre happened on early morning, so most of young children died while they were sleeping, when they were sucking. And 2 of the weak 4 and 6 died on a small mat where they were sleeping. Bamboo frame, wooden pillar, the furniture inside from bamboo and wood mostly. And in 4 hours, the soldier had, stepped out 247 houses of the families. And inside this house, there are many things you could look at collection from the different collections. Yeah. And we want display here like a normal family. And the next part over there, consider kitchen part of family. You get that plate, please. that room often for women after born, after born stay after giving born. And now we walk to an irrigation ditch where 170 people queue together.
Thanks, man. I'd like to take you to an irrigation dig. I often guys go many tourists from overseas, and I often mention I'm all right.
if you had been here, I say if you had been here 48 years before, you would find the same rice fields like today. So older and today, no different. Rice fields same. The new ones are more housing, raising from the old operations. So the next irrigation dig I am going to take you to for looking for irrigating water for rice fields. And that morning, a platoon commanded by Lieutenant Khalid and his men in the platoon 1 gather civilians, do it and put them down. Of course, women with children and women with pregnant. Women separated from their children and they had been raped. The most abhorrent were that some of them were pregnant with big or small. They were about to be babies. After being raped, they had been pushed down and then shot. It didn't matter whoever they were. Still mourning, still crying in pile of body, was shot. And when the soldier left, Zikvik with dirty water, blood, and bodies mixed together
risen nearly 1 meter high from bottom to top, getting smelly in the hot weather of March, April. 1 minute after, their smell was still here. And for the survivor, a few days they came back. They tried to take the body up, but very upset in identifying who were their relative because of unrecognized faces, you know. And the survivor tried to clean their body with water, and then they starting to bury them in different mass grave. The biggest mass grave containing 75 bodies, 32 bodies, 59 bodies. So far, the survivor in My Lai village still not knowing where their relatives are, in which mass grave or bomb crater. As the eldest survivor is 92, 86, 79. They are very old with the time. But My Lai massacre still haunting them very much. Because sometimes I do translation for them with the reporter from overseas, from everywhere. And I hear their story very often. And I feel they tell story like it happened yesterday. Yeah. And right now I'd like to take you to the irrigation big way, please. Ladies and gentlemen, you are standing nearly the original irrigation ditch where 170 innocent civilian people in My Lai village were killed. Only 3 survivors, 2 ladies and their child. When the soldier left, the survivor had been covered by the bodies. And until mid-afternoon, they tried to take the dead away to get up, to crawl up. They were too frightened to look back how many lying dead or to know who they were. They just headed home, no house there anymore. And a few days after, the survivor came back and taking the corpse up for burial. And so far, the 3 survivors at this place, all of them are still alive. You know, yeah. And sometimes they come here to answer the journalist reporters what they remember, what they witnessed on that morning. And mass sitting coming wherever the survivors are. They all do unite here to attend on the anniversary held by My Lai Memorial Site. And one place for holding anniversary is a monument. And now it's time for me to take you to monument. Go straight and turn left, please.
Walk straight ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are standing in front of the memorial monument, which had been made in 1982 by the Vietnamese Artists Association for commemorating on the victory in My Lai massacre. The people in this monument came from three different families, but similar to a three-generation family which had been killed off. They were children, women, elderly people. And rice statue, rice sign. Rice statue about two very young boys, brothers and younger brother, just 6 and 8 years old. Both of them were running on a small path before fleeing the soldier. And when the soldier shot them down, they both badly wounded. And the elder quickly covered on the younger to protect him from other shootings. He managed to hold the younger tightly with his small body. Finally, both still shot. They died in the kneeling position of, holding together. And the photographer had taken this photo. So the Vietnamese artists, when they decided to make this monument, they had looked on the photo which were taken. And they had chosen only one big photo. You understand? Yeah. So later you will look that photo like the rice statue. And on the left, the first person, a wounded, very elderly man. He had been wounded. And the person behind him was his daughter. She tried to move her old wounded father to a bunker. But from the place they wounded to the bunker, very short distance, they both couldn't get there. They had been shot. And in the middle, a statue of a lady symbolized to most of lady innocent civilians in My Lai had been killed. And one hand